Cameras. As you guys know, I have a lot of different hobbies, and collecting old cameras and shooting on them is one of those. It's one of just my favorite things to do in my free time, is just kind of go to the local different shops and see what I can find, especially on eBay, because eBay has a ton of old cameras and stuff. Sorry that this is all kind of in pieces. So this is an Argus C3. It was an affordable rangefinder camera that they made from pretty much 1940 to the mid 60s. And they made this locally here in the US. They made it in Michigan. They sold over 2 million of these. So they're pretty much everywhere. And it's pretty much the only reason why I was able to get this with the box for as cheap as I did. I think I maybe paid $30 on eBay for this. But it was actually nicknamed the Brick. Because it literally it weighs about what a brick weighs. It's all I believe it's all metal, but I do think that it actually has some like plastics, like some early plastics in it. For example, like this one, this is made out of an early plastic called bakelite, or I think that's how you pronounce that. But this is mostly metal, so it's super rugged, and a lot of people really like these. There's actually a lot to this camera. So you have your little rangefinder here, and then you have your viewfinder right next to it. So your rangefinder actually has like a little mirror that actuates inside of here. And basically what it does is when you're looking through the rangefinder, it will actually split your image in two. And then as they become or come into focus, they actually line up and they'll look complete. So it's actually really cool how this works. Unfortunately, it's really dirty and hard to see, so the viewfinders actually need cleaned. And then the other thing I would like to do is address some of the other few little issues that I've noticed with this camera. For example, the leatherette is coming off. It wasn't like that when I purchased it, but in the process of me handling it and just going over it, I've actually accidentally removed the leatherette. So I did purchase a replacement leatherette. It did take forever because it was coming from Canada, but that was the only one that I could find. There's a bit of a process to applying these, so I'm hoping I can figure it out, but I guess we'll just kind of work it out as we go. But this one came with quite a few extras, including this little camera case here. Unfortunately, the camera case is broken, and the other piece here is in the box. As you can see, it's completely separated from the actual case, and I don't know how I'm going to fix this yet. I don't know if I want to take this to an actual like leather restorer person, or somebody who's familiar with working with leather who can re-sew this back together or re-glue it or something. I don't want to like try and do it myself and make it worse. I'd prefer it to be properly fixed. So I don't think I'm going to be fixing this in this particular video, but I would like to actually have a proper case, because the case actually makes this a lot easier to hold. As cool as this camera looks, it is super uncomfortable to hold, but when it's in a case like this, it's actually pretty comfortable and kind of makes sense to actually you know, have in it anyway. But yeah, I will get the case fixed at some point, because the case is fully functional and it does a really good job of holding the camera. Now the camera did come with a few little extras. Came with these little rings that screw onto the onto the lens there, and then it also has this little remote shutter. Oh yeah, and then the other issue that I noticed with this camera is this little rivet is missing. Now this camera did come with the rivet still, and my plan was to re-glue it back into place. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to it. It never left the box, and it somehow disappeared. I've completely taken the box apart and I cannot find it. I don't know where it went. So I went to Walmart and I bought this little rivet kit. So I'm hoping I'll be able to just kind of rivet a replacement in place. It's not going to be perfect and it's not really going to match, but at least it'll be riveted, because if you open this up, you might notice that one of the rivets, I guess I need like a little pair of tweezers to kind of show you here. But yeah, kind of hard to see here. But there's a little rivet here, and that's your rivet here, but there's nothing here, and it's actually see-through. So you can kind of see my tweezers there, sticking through. So obviously that's going to ruin any pictures that I take when I load my cartridge in and I stick it over there. It's going to be exposing all of my pictures to light, so I need to make sure that that gets fixed. So I think that's what I'm going to try first, is use this little rivet tool here and I guess just see if this works. Now, I've actually never used a rivet tool before, surprisingly. So I have a little bit of a learning curve here that I need to kind of sort out. God, I hate these packages. Why? Why package things this way? Why? Okay, so those aren't gonna work. So let's try the smaller ones. I swear these companies want you to injure yourself, like opening these things. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, like a glove. It's a little bigger than the old one, but honestly, I think that'll work just fine. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, so we just stick this here, stick the tool, stick it on there. And I'm assuming it's on there. Wow, that was easy. Nice. Did pretty good. Man, how cool. What a neat little tool. Man, now I'll be able to rivet all sorts of stuff together. Look at that. What an easy tool. Man, this whole time I'm like, oh god, like riveting things. I've never done that before. Like, this is gonna be super hard. And then come to find out, it's pretty easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start removing the leatherette pieces here. Yeah, that just fell off. Pulled off in chunks because it kind of just makes sense to do it that way. And I'm assuming the rest of this will have to come apart to get it. Ah, man, what in the hell? I just barely touched that one and just fell off. Oh, is that underneath the eyepiece? Okay. I'll figure something out for that. It's probably the only reason why this one hadn't fallen off. The really important thing that we're going to want to make sure we do is clean off all of this gunk, because the new leatherette obviously is not going to sit right if it has all of this old glue underneath. So we'll have to scrape all of this away and then get it all cleaned up. Okay. So we need to use the flathead here. And I think this is as far as I need to go in the actual camera, as far as I'm aware. The front of the camera should come off. Wow, look at that. Wow, you can actually clean the lens really easy. You just, wow. See, here's the actual like assembly. I can't really show it right now, but here's the little mirror. And then, yeah, so it splits your image in two like that. But this is your regular viewfinder here. Here's the actual shutter itself, shutter mechanism. You want to clean on the inside of here. I want to clean this guy. Since we're in here, kind of makes sense to go ahead and do that. There's a very tiny like imperfection in the lens. I'm hoping that doesn't affect any of the photos, but I guess we'll see. All right, so now I need to see, how does this come off? Ah, so this just unscrews. Okay, all right. Oh, it unscrews. Ah, okay. Now this should come off. Okay. I gotta be really careful because I know that I'm gonna make a mess. I'll have to put the thing right back. Ah, okay. Easy enough. Okay, let's get the rest of this leatherette off. Just take it off in sections here. So I'm gonna start with a rag and see where this goes.
Hey there, future me. It didn't work.
Oh god, how I hate using metal implements on things. But damn, do they work so well. Somebody's gonna be really upset that I'm doing this. I'm sorry, but I am impatient and metal things just work better. On top of that, it's gonna be underneath stuff. You're not gonna be able to see this anyway, so why do you care? I like to kind of think of myself as kind of like the Vice Grip Garage kind of guy. Except with electronics and weird shit like this. Oh yeah, look at that. Polish, yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good. A whole lot of little pieces left. Yeah, I think I'll just do that for the rest of it because it just kind of makes more sense just to do it this way. Yeah, clean this up really quick. I think we'll just go ahead and start putting some of the leatherette on and then we'll figure out the rest from there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm a little off. It's a little more this way than I would want it to be, but yeah, pretty happy with that. It looks pretty good. At least it's not peeling up. Can't really complain about that. Took the X-Acto here. Ah, no, man. Almost had it. Now I got this little string. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the. Okay. Man, whoever made these leatherette pieces did a really good job. Nice. Yeah, she's like brand new now. Look at that. Man, that looks great. That looks fantastic. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I do need to get behind that little wheel there, so I need to take that back off really quick. This camera's actually pretty easy to work on. I have to say, like, I'm pretty impressed. Like, cannot complain about the design of this at all. Like, honestly, like, it's designed in a way that's really hard to mess up. Okay, now for the scary bit. Putting on these little doodads here. I'm just gonna slowly slide them into place before we press down on them. Yeah, there we go. I feel like if I was to do this over again, I don't know if I'd buy this one particular kit because some of the, like the leatherette doesn't, like the cut isn't as good here as it originally was. Like it doesn't fill the space the way it used to. So that's kind of frustrating. And then I think they said that like it takes a certain amount of time for all of this to set. So I won't be able to shoot with it right away. All right, so now we got the big one left. Hopefully I can do this in one go without messing this up. It's not looking promising already. Definitely looks better than it did, I'll tell you that. And for me, kind of like, no offense, but I kind of half-assed this. I mean, for half-assing it, it looks pretty good. Like, I can't complain about this at all. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, like, dude. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this along the Argus logo, but I don't have a lot of hope. I'm gonna try my best to not mess this up. God, this is terrifying. Oh my god. Ha! Yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, look at that. Nice, dude, this looks great. Compared to what it looked like before, dude, I'm so excited to be able to shoot with this soon. Yeah, so I think we're good to put the gear back in here. Max there. There's the max. Yeah, it's just about perfect. All right, cool. Cool. So this little guy goes on. It's actually pretty cool. Like, man, if you wanted to swap out your lenses, at least you don't have to worry about like your lens falling off. You just take out this little set screw, put your next lens on it, and off you go. Yeah, sweet. All right, I'm gonna point this at something. I'm gonna hope that it's close. Oh yeah, that's basically spot on. Yeah, it says 8 feet. Yeah, that's spot on. Okay, so all we have left now is to put our little shutter switch on. Is this left-hand threaded? Why? It's one of those rare cases where lefty-loosey is actually lefty-tighty. It's very rare, but it does happen. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's make sure the little actuator is actually actuating. Armed. Yeah, shutter's working. Cool. All right. Now if we set this to 10, this should delay the shutter. Nice. Cool. Dude, great. Fantastic. Okay. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Like we've pretty much restored everything back to working order. The rangefinder seems to be working great. I can't believe how clean and how perfect the viewfinders look now. Like looking through them now, man, I'm so happy with that. That looks great. But yeah, it's pretty much ready to shoot on now. I guess I can go ahead and give everything a quick wipe down here as we're kind of closing out. And then I can't really do anything with the camera right this second. I'll have to wait for the cloth or for the leatherette to set, but once that's set, I promise I will take you guys out with me. It'll be kind of like a little field trip away from the bench, and we will go out and actually test this puppy out and see what she's capable of. I'm really excited because some of the pictures I've seen people take with these, like, man, they are just absolutely super sharp. And with how rugged this camera is, I'm expecting it to last me a very long time. I just like the way it looks. It just looks so cool. And you can put it on a tripod. It doesn't look like you can, but there's a little tripod mount right there. But yeah, this looks great. I am super excited about this. I guess there is one little doodad here I need to take care of. And this camera was pretty easy to work on. It was a little daunting at first because a lot of the tutorials I was looking at, they're like, oh, be careful when you remove this, it might explode. But in reality, like, this is actually a really easy camera to work on. Now it looks brand new. So thank you all for watching. Celebratory Beer, and I'll see you in the next one.